Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, call the meeting to order. Or December the 8th council meeting. Reminder, the disclosure of any pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. Hearing none, I'm looking for the approval of the agenda. Lamont and Smokey, and all in favor. Perfect. We have a couple of minutes to adopt. Special meeting of November 24th. Motion to adopt those minutes, Todd and Smokey. This was a special council meeting. All in favor? Good. Our regular council meeting, same day, November 24th. Motion to accept those. So we get Todd and Smokey again, and all in favor? Perfect. Public meeting, there is none. And we have two ladies here, April and Linda. They give us a little talk today.
Press the button.
Yep, please.
First of all, thank you very much. And I want to introduce Linda Myles-Gallinger. She's our new chair. Many of you know Kevin Walsh, who just finished his second 3-year term with the foundation. So we had to say goodbye to Kevin he has to step off for a year, and he may come back next year. We'll see. But we're really grateful and fortunate to have Linda Myles-Gallinger move into the role of chair. And she's doing a great job so far. So thank you, Deputy Mayor Anderson and Council, for giving us this opportunity to present a new initiative needed at Bright Shores Lions Head Hospital. Your past support has been instrumental, most recently finishing off the community's enthusiastic efforts to raise the $100,000 required to renovate the shower and tub room, making it fully accessible for patients and user-friendly for hospital staff. Key community groups like the Lions Head Hospital Auxiliary and Wendell Thompson and his incredible supporters who donated to Wendell's Walk nearly raised the required funds. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for coming alongside the community to ensure the project would not be stalled by funding the balance of $18,000 last year. That leadership allowed us to move forward, and today we're proud to share that the renovation drawings have been completed with the input of nursing staff, and the project has now gone out to tender. Building on that success, we're here today to seek your support for a system-wide pharmaceutical initiative that will have local impact. Next slide, please. Thank you. Bright Shores is investing in automated dispensing units, also known as ADUs, at all of our hospitals as part of our effort to provide our patients with high quality care. ADUs make healthcare safer by ensuring patients receive their medicine quickly and accurately. With touchscreen and barcode technology, ADUs ensure accuracy and quick access to emergency meds, track inventory, and alert pharmacies of low stock, improving patient safety and operational efficiency. They help nurses and pharmacy staff work more efficiently, providing them more time to care for patients. Next slide, please. Thanks. The current medication dispensary units across all Bright Shores hospitals have reached the end of their life cycle, and must be replaced by December 31st of this year. This upgrade will have multi-department impact, affecting rural sites, inpatient units, and emergency departments system-wide. And sound specifically, the emergency, medicine, surgical, crisis support, rehabilitation, and pharmacy units will be impacted. The ADUs will allow nurses to request medications remotely, improving workflow efficiency and speed, reducing trips to dispensing machines, and limiting medication waste. The system will enhance efficiency and sustainability. Ultimately, the ADUs will ensure timely, accurate medication delivery and support equitable healthcare access for rural communities. Next slide, please. Bruce Peninsula Hospice Foundation is committed to funding $1,033,000 in medical equipment, technology, and facility upgrades this year, $647,000 of which will fund the ADUs for both Wyerton and Lions Head hospitals. Specifically, $255,000 is allocated for 2 new ADUs for Lions Head Hospital, while $392,000 will fund 3 units for Wyerton Hospital. Wyerton and Lions Head Pharmacy Technician, you can see her photo up there on the slide, Courtney Terryberry provided this staff testimonial. Our current medication management processes are largely manual. While our team works diligently to ensure accuracy, these methods are time-consuming and carry a risk of human error. This can affect both staff efficiency and, more importantly, patient safety. The advanced automated dispenser units will transform how we manage medications, making care safer, faster, and more secure. Next slide, please. The Bruce Peninsula Hospice Foundation has enjoyed a long-standing and impactful partnership with the municipality of Northern Bruce Peninsula, a collaboration that reflects our shared commitment to delivering high-quality healthcare to residents and visitors alike. Over the years, the municipality has played a pivotal role in supporting local healthcare initiatives, strengthening infrastructure, and fostering trust. Today, we respectfully request $25,000 to help fund the ADUs for Lions Head Hospital. Your continued leadership will make a lasting difference for patients and staff in our rural community. Next slide, please. On behalf of the Foundation Board of Directors and Bright Shores Health System, we extend our sincere gratitude to the municipality of Northern Bruce Peninsula for its continued partnership and support. The proposed investment in automated dispensing units is a testament to our shared vision for accessible, high-quality healthcare. Together, we are not only addressing immediate needs, but also laying the foundation for a healthier future for our community. Thank you for your time and thoughtful consideration today. We truly value your partnership and commitment to advancing healthcare in our region. Your support makes a meaningful difference, and we look forward to continuing this important work together.
Thank you, April. Any questions? April.
Yeah, I haven't been in the Lions Head Hospital lately, although I sound like I could be there any day. But so these aren't in Lions Head or Wyerton currently.
They are now in Lions Head, yes.
So how, like, I guess I'm just really unfamiliar with this. So how do they replace the pharmacy, or how do they work with our local pharmacy? Like, you wouldn't want to lose your local pharmacy and the advice that a pharmacist can give to a patient. So I guess I'm not understanding really well how they work.
So this is pharmacy for admitted patients or patients in the emergency department. Has nothing to do with our local pharmacies. And so this is a replacement piece of equipment. This equipment exists at Bright Shores currently, but they have aged out. The technology ages out. And what is pretty important for our rural sites, especially sites like Lions Head, is these new ADUs will talk to, let's call it the mothership in On Sound, the mother of all the pharmaceutical needs for all the rural sites. So someone having to take actual inventory, like a human doing inventory, to alert that we're getting low in insulin or whatever, we might be getting low in Lions Head. It happens automatically. So it's just
okay. So if a patient comes in and they require medication right away, then it's available there. The doctor gets it out of this machine type of thing?
Yeah.
And, okay,
Yeah,
that's kind of.
I've seen it in
I like to see
action.
it. Okay.
I've seen it in action and yes, it's hugely secure. It really minimizes or erases human error, even issues of theft, and it's hugely secure.
So it's what the patients need while they are in the hospital.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. That explains a lot better for me. Thank you.
Okay, great.
We do have an expert on this here. You got anything to say, Aman?
Not much. I haven't used them. I've done the training on them, and they're certainly a worthwhile upgrade over the previous machines. In my mind, there's no question about whether about value to them. Certainly make a big difference in patient care and reducing workloads.
Sounds good. Well, you've got a sympathetic ear. We're not going to write you a check today, but we know what you're looking for. Thanks for your presentation.
Thank you.
We got a whole whack of basically staff reports here. So I'm gonna put everybody on the spot, and as we're going through them, you guys can just do your little spiel on what's involved, and then we'll go yay, nay, or whatever. Most of them are for information only, right? So, yeah. So first on the list is Peggy. Take it away.
Yes, this is the part 2 of our 5-part corporate policy series updates. The discussion and summary of each of these policies is within the report. It basically updates things such as our protected leave policies, updates our public quality policy, and does our short-term disability policies. So essentially helping communicate better to our staff regarding their policies and procedures.
Very good. I guess I should have asked somebody to move and second that.
I just had a question. So if someone wants to work remotely, so how do they go about doing that? Because since COVID, a lot of firms are moving a lot of people back to site. And sometimes, the remote works and sometimes it doesn't. And I see that there's a protocol here, but is that primarily your decision? If it works for the office or for the municipality?
It is based upon, depending on the level of the staff member requested remote. The discussion between myself and the manager. The person requesting remote sit down, have a work plan developed. It is reviewed every 6 months, and we have the opportunity prior to that 6 months to revoke at any time. So if we believe that if we believe there's concerns regarding remote work, we can request that staff member come back to the office.
And that's without a full protocol. It's just, this isn't working.
Yeah, well, the work plan kind of helps out that way.
Yep.
It has its definite performance indicators in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we do meet with staff on a weekly basis to have discussions regarding their work plans to ensure that things are moving forward appropriately.
Thank you.
Very good. Sorry, I should have got a mover or seconder to bring that up. So Todd and Aman, all in favor of that first report? Yes, the second one, we were going to have Lindsay on, our deputy clerk, on the go here. So mover and seconder for the accessibility review. Smokey and Aman. Lindsay, carry on.
So as council is aware, we are currently within the second last year of our multi-year accessibility plan. So annually, the accessibility coordinator brings a report to council to outline and highlight the accessibility projects completed by staff throughout the year and how they relate to the multi-year accessibility plan. So this year, staff have done some great initiatives, including the 2 new playgrounds, which are fully accessible. Continuation of the sidewalk projects to help with accessibility through the villages, and then also the construction of new docks and road signs. So it's been a great year for staff, and we're looking forward to putting out a survey to basically start the new multi-year accessibility planning. So see what members of the public are interested in seeing within the community and how we can best address that.
Thank you, Lindsay. Any questions, Deputy Clerk?
Good work.
Good work. Yes. So all in favor of receiving this report? Yes. Second report from our Deputy Clerk. Can I have a mover and seconder to bring this forward? Bed and breakfast licensing bylaw. Todd, Amon, Deputy Clerk, please.
So during 2025, council requested that staff develop and implement a bed and breakfast licensing policy for the municipality of Northern Bruce Peninsula. So with discussions with management, we reviewed a draft bed and breakfast licensing program in relation to how the existing short-term accommodation licensing program works. So this is the draft bylaw that we are presenting today. Contingent on on council's comments, we would be moving forward to the development of the licensing portal and web pages, as well as getting communications out in the public so that they know what to expect in the coming year.
Any questions on this from council?
No, but I did see you get a pretty fulsome feedback on online, so that was good.
Anybody else? If not, we would like to receive this report and we'll get the final bylaw on January 12th of next year. So all in favor of receiving this report? And our treasurer, can I have a mover and seconder to bring us forward? Smokey and Amon? No, Smokey and Todd, sorry.
So we went out for an RFP or request for a proposal for insurance and risk management services. We received 3 RFPs, one from Aon, who is our current provider, one from BFL, and one from Intact. The proposal from Intact was the lowest overall price, and they also offered some good risk management training solutions. So we're asking council to accept the proposal from Intact.
Questions from council? My only observation, go ahead, Todd.
So Teresa, is this just, obviously this is just for 1 year, and will we be going through this process again in 1 year?
In most cases, you could do an RFP every year, but you're better not to, only because they tend to, if they feel that you're going to be sort of a more steady, they prefer that you know, 5 years is usually the average that you go out to tender.
Quite a difference. So from the top to the bottom, isn't it? $200,000 difference. So you think probably 5 years will be back to $400 and some odd thousand, I would imagine.
I hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a lot of training involved. So
Yeah.
190 hours.
Okay, so we've got first mover and seconder, and the council accepts the proposal from intact public entities in the amount of $275,940 before tax. All in favor? Yes. On to our GIS manager. Can I have a mover and seconder to bring this forward? Smokey and Todd. Dara.
So this report is just to kind of outline, we already have the cameras at many of our facilities, and this last year we have extended that. We pretty much have video equipment now at all of our sites. So this just provides clarity both to the public who might be captured on them, as well as staff, as to what's being captured, how it's being stored, who has access to it, and how anyone else could request access to it. It's just to promote transparency.
Questions? I guess I just have one on the actual mechanics of how everything goes together. We can move cameras at a whim from A to B quite easily.
New cameras can be added quite easily. I don't think we could, like, they're affixed to the buildings. They can be, if there was a reason a building was coming down, we could take the equipment off and repurpose it for sure. Same with the actual equipment inside. We have moved, because more sites are connected together with Pecuniary Harbor, we've been able to upgrade that equipment, but reuse what was there somewhere else.
So yeah, okay, that makes more sense to me. So the cameras actually feed to a recording device?
They do feed to a recording device.
In the building or wherever they are.
Yes.
Okay, so.
And all footage is kept for at least 30 days and up to 90 days.
And we haven't seen any damage or anything like that.
We don't actively monitor them. When we have any inquiries, especially like regarding staff, or we get a phone call, we will look into whatever the call was about. But we don't actively monitor them.
Okay, but I'm like, people aren't damaging them.
No.
Good.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you, Kara. It's good. And council approved bylaw 2025-89 being a bylaw to adopt a video surveillance policy for the municipality of Northern Bruce Peninsula. All in favor? We have no fire chief here, but we'll carry on with. You can fill in for him. Yeah.
I can attempt. Whatever we can't get for questions, we can always get them answered later.
Okay, so we move to seconder to bring this forward. Aman and Todd. And this is actually, we've been through this just about every year, the actual 144-page document. So I think we know. I see there's been a few really just small changes, nothing drastic. So any questions about this? And go ahead. Yeah.
I just wondered if the way things are happening, you never know what's around the corner. If we have to do something a little different to educate the public on this system, because right now it relies on our municipal website, social media and Facebook pages. But I'm wondering if there's a lot of people out there that really don't know that it exists. I know there could be a lot of people, like if something did happen, a lot of people may not have access to a radio anymore, or may not know exactly what to do, because most likely your social media, all that is going to be out. Like, I'm just wondering if we need to do some education via another means before the summer. Like, do we put something in the Peninsula Press, send something out with taxes? Like, I know there's people questioning that, and I'm not sure everybody knows it exists or where to go to find out information about it.
That actually came up at the Parks Advisory. It was a representative from the Chamber of Commerce, wanting, what do we do type of thing. So I think that's a good point.
So we do have tax newsletter. It comes out twice a year. Usually the winter letter does have emergency management verbiage in it. Currently during emergency management planning week, we do advertise in the full press. However, should council wish for us to advertise more, you can definitely look at that.
Okay, yeah, I think it's worth looking at and see how we can, and of course, people will pass by it until, I guess we have to be more in the face, right?
Yeah, certainly as it gets hotter and drier in the middle of summer,
Yeah.
you get a lot of people coming up asking you, what do we do? So I'm talking to jockeys. There's been lots of talk of making it more forward. And it's something I guess we should be pursuing. So. Okay, so we want to approve this bylaw 2025-88 to appoint a municipal emergency control group and emergency management program committee. All in favor? Yes, indeed. Parks and Facility Manager, Mark, can I have the first and seconder to bring this forward? Scott and Smokey. Mark, if you could give us a lowdown on, not much to this grass cutting contract, pretty straightforward.
Yes, it's our existing contractor is requesting the option to renew for another 3 years at no price increase. Generally speaking, their services are satisfactory and they're responsive to any of our requests for specific services or change in services. So it's just a renewal of the existing agreement, the existing price.
Any questions, Mark? The council recommends the bylaw number 2025-83 to authorize the execution of the grass cutting and trimming contracts for the term of 2026 to 2028 as presented. All in favor? Passed. Mover and seconder to bring the second report from Mark, Ed, Amon, and Todd. And this is the renewal of the lease agreement with Bruce Peninsula Family Center. Mark?
Same circumstances, just in dealing with staff business between their facility and our staff. It's come to everybody's attention, the existing agreement expired. So this is more of a housekeeping matter of renewing the existing agreement. No significant changes to any of the terms. And just so we have it officially executed between all parties. So.
Questions of Mark? Council recommends that bylaw number 2025-84 to authorize the execution of the lease agreement with Bruce Peninsula Family Center for the purpose of operating a licensed daycare facility at 2 Alexander Street, Lions Head for the term of 2026 to 2028 as presented be adopted. All in favor? Passed. We're off to Troy here. Can I have a mover and seconder to bring the winter control handbook? God and Amon. Troy.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So the winter control handbook, we actually is kind of a guideline to what the level of service that the municipality provides to the residents. It also forms part of the bylaw that provides the winter minimum maintenance standards. So this is at this time we look at extra requests that come in for extra level of services, such as snow removal in certain areas. So this report was brought to the last council, but we had 3 requests for extra services, and we council had asked staff to look at, maybe some other options for one of the requests. So this report, we evaluated that and are recommending to try on a 1-year trial basis to snow blow with the contractor and tractor. to 145. And then we'll be able to evaluate that throughout the year and get, more accurate cost estimates and how it's working out. Kind of like what we did with the promenade in Lions Head. And then council, staff could make a good recommendation to council with, supporting evidence for the following year.
Any questions? Did I see somewhere where the snow blower will actually do more than he's doing now? Is that what I get? Yeah.
Yes, correct. So, in the area, we already go partway in that road with our 1-ton plow and sander unit. However, if for the extra 200 meters roughly, we're recommending to use the snow blower to even do that first part from 80 to 115 with the snow blower also. Then our 1-ton truck would not have to even go down into the area. So it would save extra time for our staff instead of going to do part of it. If the tractor's got to, go through this first area of 300-400 meters, we might as well have them blow that too. So that's kind of what we're looking at.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so the recommendation, I guess I can move this along. Council receives Public Works Department Report PW 25-26 titled 2025-2026 Winter Control Handbook, and council approves bylaw number 2025-80 being a bylaw to establish winter minimum maintenance standards for municipal roadways. Council supports the recommendation to provide winter maintenance service to Swan Lake Lane. Council supports the recommendation to provide winter maintenance with a contractor's tractor and snow blower from 81 to 145 North Shore Road on a 1-year trial basis. And council supports the recommendation not to provide winter maintenance to 224 and 226 on the Cameron Lake Road spur until an improved turnaround is constructed, and that council directs staff to consult with the residents at 224 and 226 Cameron Lake Road spur to give direction of the requirements of an improved turnaround. All in favor? Passed. Mover and seconder to bring the second report from the Public Works Manager on 020 petition. Amon and Smokey. Once again.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So yes, late last fall, council received some correspondence from the Lindsay Road 20 Ratepayers Association requesting that McKeever Drive, Donald, Cardinal Crescent, and Fox Trail be converted from a gravel surface to a hard surface. Council deferred the correspondence back to staff for some information. So this report's just an information report with findings that we have and what we use as criteria based on our roads need study as to when a gravel road, should be converted to a hard surface road. As it's discussed in the report, there is one of the roads that they do meet some of the criteria, but not all of the criteria. So at this point, staff is recommending just to keep monitoring the area. And as we move forward and gather more information, once these roads meet more of the criteria, that at that time we would be recommending them for a hard surface.
Thank you. Any questions? So the motion, council receives Public Works 25-27 report titled Lindsay Road 20 petition information as information. All in favor? Once again, Public Works Manager report. Can I have a mover and second to bring this forward, please? Todd and Smokey. Take it away. You get lots to do today,
Yes.
don't you?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Yes, so this is, as council is aware, that starting in the new year, they're transitioning into producer responsibility, being responsible for the blue box materials. So the municipality will no longer be responsible for looking after the blue box recycling. So this report explains that currently we have two recycling options within our municipality. We have the curbside recycling, which is being completed by Waste Management. And we also have a depot system for the residents that don't get curbside, such as our island properties or private roads. So this gives those residents an option to recycle, and those are located at the landfill sites and are available during open hours of operation. So currently with our system, we do not collect curbside at IC&I properties or industrial, commercial, and institutional. That may seem not true, because sometimes in front of commercial businesses, there is curbside being collected, but usually it's because there is a residence up above. So it's hard to determine, what would be the residential or the commercial part. But according to our bylaw, we do not collect the commercial and institution industrial. And going forward with this new transition, there is ineligibles, which are also not being collected under this, which is more or less your IC&I, as pointed out here in the report. So there's kind of three options of what we can look at going forward. One is to just pass a bylaw to say that the municipality would not collect any IC&I. Staff feel that this may be kind of going backwards, because we've already had provided opportunities for recycling at our depot systems. And I'm positive that some of the commercial places did, even though they didn't get curbside, did utilize the depot systems to get rid of their recycling. And so staff is recommending this option number 2, which is we actually have 2 bin systems at our landfill site. One for the eligibles, which would be the residential, which is going to be paid for by the circular materials that looks after that. And then also we could provide, the municipality provide another bin system for commercial, which would have to be monitored by the landfill attendant. The municipality would not be compensated for these bins. So it would be the responsibility of the municipality to pay for the bin rental and the recycling of that material. However, there is going to be compensation for the residential bins to use our landfill space. So staff is recommending, we don't know that compensation amount at this time, but staff would feel that the compensation we got for that would compensate for the rental and disposal of the recycling for the commercial. So then our residents would not see no change in the recycling services that we kind of currently provide.
Any questions?
When do we find out exactly what those compensation amounts will be?
After this report if this gets approved today, we will be sending that back to Circular Materials, who looks after that on behalf of the producers. And then they will be sending us an agreement with that compensated amount. And so then a further report will be coming back to council with that agreement. And staff has also reached out to Waste Management, the contractor who was successful in the tendering process for Catchment 17, which is our area, and will also be providing the bins at the landfill for costing for a non-eligible bin at each of our sites.
Go ahead, Smokey.
There's just a couple of questions on social media, of course, because I think some other municipalities have been putting things out there about this change. So basically, people aren't going to see any real change here until, if at all, like midsummer, so they can relax, at least for a few months. Is it around? What I read was there won't be any real change until maybe July, and then I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is correct, Councillor Golding. So starting in January 1st, when the new system starts, Waste Management will still be collecting the blue box bins alongside of our curbside waste collection. However, in their contract for this catchment 17, their contract specified that they were going to go with a cart system. And therefore, they have not got their capital infrastructure of that yet, and they're anticipating it late summer, early fall. So at that time, when they do get their collection trucks, that they would be transitioning at that time to the cart system. Going forward, staff will be bringing a report to council regarding the waste collection at that time, because waste collection will still be the municipalities. We'll still be looking after the waste collection. So there's the contractor is also wishing to do waste by cart system, which staff will be bringing a report with some supporting options, or some options of what maybe we could look at that time if council wishes not to go with a cart system for the waste collection. So once we have more details on that, there will be a further a report coming. We're hoping in the first quarter of 2026. Thank you.
Any other questions? Just keep your recycling hat on, because I'm going to circle back to this under new business. Okay. So our recommendation here, council receives Public Works 25-28 report titled Blue Box Recycling Options for Non-Eligible Sources as information, and that council approves the recommendation to proceed with option number 2 and provide 2 separate blue box recycling bins in the St. Edmunds, Lindsay, and Eastern landfill depots. 1 bin for residential customers and the 2nd bin for non-eligible sources, with each bin clearly labeled, and that council supports the idea that best efforts will be undertaken to keep both residential and non-eligible streams separate. All in favor? Passed. Mover and seconder to bring our accounts payable voucher forward. Come on, Todd. Any questions?
I had a couple, but I'll just send them in later. They were just for my own personal wanting to know what things were. So I will send them into staff when a little later in the week.
Okay. Motion the council receives approved accounts payable voucher for October 2025 in the amount of $1,291,022.67. All in favor? Passed. Other business. Smokey.
My other business has to do with Chamber of Commerce. And of course, now things have changed, and they are pretty much reliant, they are reliant on the MAT tax. And I think they're looking for, like, if we have any indication, because the 3rd quarter was the end of October, and it just gives them more leeway for budgeting and whatever, because, and also from my perspective, the Chamber's done an amazing job. Like, they've taken a situation where they've encompassed the whole area. You know, they have a new board. They've expanded their areas where they're reaching out to people. They're working with the Wyerton Chamber in some regard to go to some of these shows, as you know, as a, you know, it's going to be experimental to begin with. But I think our chamber have gone above and beyond to meet. It's been a big challenge for them, really. And I do commend them for what they've accomplished in this year. And I'm here just to ask if we have any idea about the funds. It doesn't have to be exact, but what they can be looking at for their budget. And I think, they're taking on a lot. And I think we need to be really fair, with the funding, and they're enthusiastic about it. And we need to meet that enthusiasm with, some money.
Yeah.
Hurts my enthusiasm, but anyway, even it doesn't have to be exact, but even if they can get a rough idea of where things stand.
You think, Teresa?
Sure, that shouldn't be a problem. We can get the amount up until, up until now.
Great.
And then just estimate what the costs are going to be.
Okay, that's terrific. I think that's at this point kind of what they're looking for, because they have a lot of irons in the fire. Like they've set up 2 extra, there's a downtown booth, there's one in Lions Head that they're working on moving it. And just they have different items that they're working on, and it's a big change. So that would be fantastic if they even get that rough idea of where they're standing with funding. Thanks, Teresa.
Any other new business?
I have a question regarding plastic garbage bins and bears. Do we still have plastic garbage bins? I was told that we might in the Lions Head area. Is that correct? Mark, do we have any?
No, I believe all our receptacles are steel and they're all bear wise proof. So we have a newer style, which is the slanted, one side's recycling, one side's waste, and the older style is a more vertical unit with a slanted top. So
A follow-up to that question is it possible to have a follow-up with the Ministry of Natural Resources regarding your bear study? Has there been any word? Troy, do you know, has that been completed? Do they have counts now, or have they gathered all the information?
Staff did reach out to MNRF staff to ask them to come as a delegation. They did request that, if we have some questions that they could kind of pre-answer. However, we have not heard a date yet, I don't believe, back from them when they were going to be a delegation. We'll keep staff will reach out to MNR staff again to see if they can come back. I don't believe that the study, maybe all the numbers are in yet. Usually it's a year after, but I could confirm that though.
Thanks.
Nobody else in new business? So I've just got one thing, and I guess I'll just minute you, Troy. I've had one phone call and a couple of people come up to me, and I just noticed there was a letter that came that said we're taking all our recycling and dumping it in the garbage. And I've told people, well, no, we aren't. So I'd sort of like to put that in the rest right now. And public forum here. So if you had any thoughts.
Yes, certainly, Deputy Mayor. We do get quite a few calls about that. Waste management does have one truck that collects both waste and recycling. So it's the same truck, but they're 2 different streams. And so the recycling is still going in one part of the truck and the waste in another part. Yeah, it's just it's a deception of the truck picking up both waste and waste and recycling at the same time. However, there is 2 separate areas within the truck. I believe that Waste Management did go to the Chichimon weekend. I believe it was, and had touch a truck there where they staff could or residents could look at the trucks, and with the new recycling system, we will be recommending that they come again and kind of do a display like that for the residents with the new card system. So we will reach out to Waste Management there.
Thank you, sir. That's it for new business then. We'll go to correspondence requiring council direction. This is from the Checkerboard Hockey Club. And basically it's just asking us to What is it? They want us to call this just an event of municipal significance. Is that right, Alex? Yeah. So
What is the significance of that?
it's the liquor license.
Hey, correct. Yeah, that's just part of the process.
Yep. So the mover and the seconder to do that, Todd, Aman. All in favor of designating this a municipally significant event? Passed. We have no closed section. And we have quite a whack of bylaws. We've sort of been through them all, so I'm just going to say I'm moving second to bring all these bylaws forward. I'm just going to read out the numbers. Bylaw 2025-75, an amending bylaw for a removing a holding pattern. 2025-80, the winter maintenance standards. 2025-82, the set fees and charges for the municipality. 2025-83, a bylaw to authorize gas trimming and cutting. Bylaw 2025-84, agreement between the Bruce Peninsula Family Center and the municipality. 2025-87 to the emergency plan. 2025-88 bylaw to appoint a municipal emergency control group. Bylaw 2025-89, a bylaw to adopt video surveillance policy. And last but not least, bylaw 2025-85, a bylaw to confirm all the procedure of the council meeting of the corporation of the municipality of Northern Bruce Peninsula held today, Monday, December the 8th, 2025. All in favor? Passed.
Sorry, Deputy Mayor, we actually didn't get a mover and seconder on that one.
I thought we did. Didn't I have a mover and seconder for that? Smokey and Todd. Done. Last but not least, if we give it 1 minute, we'll be at 2:00 and we can adjourn. How's that? A mover and seconder for adjournment, please. Come on, and Todd, all in favor? Good. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess we'll see stuff.